there are thousands of bees out of the hive just hanging out around me.
That's a drone. These are two drones next to each other.
Oh, wow.
Only one of them actually mates with the queen, and he dies shortly afterwards. One egg can turn into one of 3 types of bees, just all depending on what you feed it.
I didn't expect it to be that heavy.
Yeah, you have to be decently fit to be a beekeeper.
I see that.
And I believe the number is 41 days from egg to death for a worker bee.
Oh, wow. That's a short life.
That's a queen compared to regular worker bees.
Wow.
Right now, she's looking in there trying to find a clean cell, and you'll see her stick her head into one of them maybe, and then she'll put her bottom in there and lay an egg.
Look at that thing. All right, you guys on YouTube, this is the year of the cicada brood that was coming out after like 17 years, and that's one visit.
That's a bee. That's a bee. Yeah, she's gonna want to sting.
For me, a lot, it's about 150 and more.
Oh, you just grab them all in your hand like that, huh?
If you're not scared, they're not scared. It is right here, right here. You can see this guy up here. You see him?
Y'all can see it. I'm risking getting stung.
This is an appy house where you sleep on bees. Well, the thing about sourwood, it only blooms in elevations of 1,000 feet plus.
Okay.
And it only blooms for a week.
What's up, Field Trip family? Today I have a really cool video for you guys. Gonna be honest, it is a little bit nerve-wracking for me, but we are gonna go tour a bee farm, a functioning bee farm that produces honey and beeswax and all that good stuff. I do not like insects, particularly spiders, but really anything that has the ability to inflict any kind of harm on me. And honeybees have that ability. They have stingers, they buzz around, they're fast. I am slightly freaked out, but I'm gonna go face my fears and I'm gonna do it. I'm probably gonna be surrounded by like hundreds of thousands of bees at some point. I know that they have many hives at this farm, so it should be a lot of fun, but I'm definitely a little bit nervous. I'm gonna be honest with you too, that is why I'm wearing this hoodie. It is not cold or chilly outside today at all, but I am trying to protect myself from getting stung at least somewhat. I mean, they could probably sting me through this thin hoodie, but hey, it just makes me feel better. Anyway, we're going to try to learn about bees and their habitat and how honey production works, how the bee ecosystem operates, all that good stuff. Hopefully I don't get stung, but I'm honestly trying to mentally prepare myself that I probably will get stung. I mean, let's be honest, I'm going to be surrounded by like hundreds of thousands of bees that will be out of the hive swarming around me. It's a little freaky. But anyway, should be a great video. It's going to be a really good time. You guys stick around. I'm excited to hang out with the family. They're super cool people. By the way, I'm going to try to pronounce this right. It's a Russian family. I think it's Dovenchenko Bee Farm. The V Bee Farm. I'll link everything down below so you can find them. Also, if you like the content we make, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the future videos that come out. And it really does help small channels like mine to get some reach to our videos and hopefully be able to continue doing this kind of thing. So if it's helpful to you, if you enjoy the content, if your kids like watching it and learning, whatever the case may be, please hit the subscribe and the like button. It takes half a second and I will really, really appreciate it. But it's going to be a great day. Y'all stick around and hopefully we'll learn some stuff about the little creatures that pollinate all of our food and flowers and plants and all that stuff. So anyway, we'll see you guys there. All right, guys, I'm here at the V Bee Farm in like Belton-ish area of South Carolina. As you can see, I have a humongous net on my head because there are thousands of bees out of the hive just hanging out around me, freaking me out a little bit. But anyway, what's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Just checking up on the bees, as you can see.
And so what was your name again?
Vitaly.
Vitaly. Thank you guys so much for inviting us out.
Of course.
And then guys that's watching, we actually started the video about 10 minutes ago. And then my camera decided I needed to format the SD card. So this is an attempt to redo the beginning. I am in a swarm of bees, so I'm going to step
come
over
back
here
around
just
this
a
way.
bit.
They don't like it when people or things are in their flight pattern too
I
much.
see that. I was like, I'm getting swarmed right now. Let me move.
All right, let's go.
All right, so what are we doing right here, guys?
Right now, we are just opening up and checking a hive, seeing if it is ready for harvest.
Okay.
Because it is harvest season. This is May.
Okay, so May is typically when you guys
The
harvest
first
the honey.
harvest, yes, sir. I remember it because it's on my birthday. We harvest every year on my birthday.
Oh, that's cool. Is today your birthday?
Next week.
Oh, man. How old are you going to be?
25.
Let's go.
Quarter of the way through, you know?
Yep, there you go. I'm shooting for 100 myself.
See? Similar goals.
Oh, man. Okay.
But see there, that's a beauty there. Frame fully sealed from honey or with honey.
So this is what you're looking for.
Yep. Especially if it's on the middle layers.
Wow. So that's where they're trying to still finish it right there?
Yep.
Okay. Now, before the video cut out, you were telling me a little bit about the different types of bees. There's workers, drones, and queens, right?
Yes, sir. Let me get you. I'm going to show you a worker and a drone, and then I'm going to go find the queen and have her take a look.
Okay.
Side by side. Where are you? Okay, right here. This guy here,
Oh, yeah.
that's a drone. These are two drones next to each other.
Oh, wow.
All these guys are worker bees.
That's
The drones don't have stingers. Their one job is to mate, and only one of them actually mates with the queen, and he dies shortly afterwards.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. But other than that, they don't have any other responsibilities in the hive.
So they don't collect the
They don't collect. They
honey
just eat honey, and usually in the winter, they get kicked out by the worker bees.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They do play an indirect role in parasite prevention. Parasites will more likely attach to male brood because it is bigger.
Okay.
So relieving some of the workers from having to deal with that.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. I think you...
Huh? Oh, yeah, I got you, yeah.
Oh,
We got a hanger?
yeah.
All right, so I don't know if you can zoom in, but you can probably see some little eggs in there, and they're about the size of a needle tip.
Oh, wow. I think I can kind of see those. Are they kind of shiny?
Yeah. Once they're shiny, that's when they give them the nectar.
Oh,
That's the nectar that's shiny. But they're white in color,
Okay.
almost clear, transparent.
Oh, wow.
But one egg can turn into one of three types of bees, just all depending on what you feed it.
Wow.
Nectar, if you feed an egg nectar, it'll turn into a worker bee. If you feed it a pollen substitute, it'll turn into a drone bee. And if you feed it royal jelly, then it'll turn into a queen.
Interesting.
So the queen lays the same eggs throughout. The workers will decide whether they need more workers, more drones, or more queens.
Wow, it's like delegated authority to the
Yep.
worker bees. That's crazy. Man. So,
Matka есть?
guys, another thing they let me do, which you didn't get to see, but this little crate right here, they let me pick it up. And it's full of honey and bees. And they were telling me how heavy it is. And I pick it up. And it literally is like 90 or so pounds. It's so heavy.
About 80 to 90.
I didn't expect it to be that heavy.
Yeah, you have to be decently fit to be a beekeeper.
I see that.
Let me see if I can pull out some more over here. See, this is some more worker brood. It's all sealed off, and then soon enough they'll be chewing through the top layer of wax to get out.
Oh, wow. So right here isn't necessary. This isn't honey. This is them reproducing.
Yep, they got a little
little
bit of
honey.
honey on the edges, but they still have to have room in the hive to where to put the eggs.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
And I believe the number is 41 days from egg to death for a worker bee.
Oh, wow. That's a
So-
short life.
Yeah,
It
they
does
work.
vary dramatically, especially in the summer between summer and winter, because winter bees.
Will last longer because they don't work as much.
I see.
But 41 days is about an average. I looked it up, so that's what they say.
I see.
Queen bees, on the other hand, can live up to 5 to 10 years.
Oh, wow.
But professionally speaking, you don't want any queen older than 5 years old.
What's the reason for that?
In my words, they get lazy. or start getting unproductive.
I see.
Because for me, from what I've noticed with new queens, they're a lot more ambitious.
Gotcha.
Queen.
Oh, for example, he
Oh,
pulled out a
wow.
queen. That's a queen compared to regular worker bees.
Wow.
Right now, she's looking in there trying to find a clean cell, and you'll see her stick her head into one of them, maybe, and then she'll put her bottom in there and lay an egg.
That's nuts.
Right there, she checked. Nope, she didn't like that one. Maybe? No.
That's a drone after
Hey.
you. That's funny. Drones are usually non-confrontational.
He's like, I don't like you, dude.
Checking your girl out, eh?
Yeah. He's like, get away from my girl, dude. She's not your species.
See how she's tipping her head in there, checking?
Yeah.
There it is. That's the one that
That's
she's
the
going
one?
to do. Yep. There. There it is. She put the egg in there.
That quick?
Yep.
That's
I forgot. I don't know the
workers
time.
will probably plant it deeper in.
Yeah, they'll set the egg up and everything. I forgot how many eggs she lays in a minute, but it is a ridiculous
That's
number.
so fast. There's a giant cicada. Let me see. Look at that thing. All right, you guys on YouTube, this is the year of the cicada brood that was coming out after like 17 years, and that's one.
Down there's a whole
Come on.
forest of them. You might even hear him in the video.
Jeez, he's huge.
Yeah.
I want
He's sticky, too.
Is he?
Yeah. I was just trying to get you off. Do you fly away?
Yeah.
All right.
That's
I guess all insects like me.
Yep.
I just like bees.
Oh man.
See, this is a plastic frame. I'm not a fan of the plastic frames, if I'm being honest, and I don't think the bees are as well, but
Really?
that's just personal preference
They're a little
and cost efficiency.
Yeah.
They're cheaper than wooden frames.
Are all beehives structured the same way with the vertical slats in the box?
Yes.
Okay.
All of ours are. Not all beehives in general. There's a lot of different types of hives that different people use. For example, back in Uzbekistan where he used to do it, what they had were these things called
He
yizhiki.
just got stung.
Oh shoot.
They left a stinger on his finger.
Got him.
But
Oh, man.
they had yizhiki. So what those are, I don't even know. They're called layers or whatever. They are on the, these are 10 frames, right?
Okay.
And they're stacked 4-way up.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get her off.
What is it?
That's a bee.
Nice.
That's a bee.
It's gonna be, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna want to sting. All right, she's gone. Nah.
That was funny.
But where was that? You can close it up, dude. All right. What was I
Man.
saying earlier?
The landstrom. No,
Oh yeah, the ones that he had. These are 10 frames, and they're 4 layers high.
Okay.
What they would have back there would be 2 layers, but 20 frames wide.
Oh
This
wow.
is something fun
If
to
that
watch.
makes.
Oh, look at those guys. They're just like hanging on for dear life right there. Oh, you just grab them all in your hand like that, huh?
If you're not scared, they're not scared.
Okay.
They can smell fear.
All right, well, let me calm myself down for a second.
Yeah.
See, and I got a bee here, so they can relate a little
They're like,
bit.
oh, there's a giant queen on his arm, so.
This is always the toughest part, the last frame, making sure you don't smush any.
Oh, yeah, I don't even think about that.
Do this, David. Shake it off. So you want to do is you give them a little shake.
All right. And they don't mind that too much?
No.
Nah.
I can hear them. That's crazy. Sounds like somebody just launched a drone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is the bee tool I'm talking about. The one I keep smacking myself with the face with.
That's what you hit yourself in the
Yeah.
eye with?
Cut my eye. I didn't realize I was bleeding until he pointed it out.
Oh, goodness.
Now
Yeah.
it's important to smoke the sides.
Make sure you don't squish any on the end.
So you're just trying to make sure all the tiles are even?
Yeah, because if there's going to be space, for example, if you miss one of these or you don't put one in, they will build out a whole frame again.
And it's
And just going to be the wax, no wood, so you can't, we use the wood
can't
part to
lift
put,
it.
you can't lift it up, so it's kind of stuck there, and then you got to get sticky to pull it out. It's a mess.
I see.
All right, let's get this right.
All right, guys, this is the deadlift of the day right here.
Deadlift of the day. I'm glad I only have to do this once or twice.
All right, you're clear.
And they were explaining, guys, that they smoke it so that they go down away from the smoke and smoke rises so that they don't get squished, and that way you can kind of get in there and do what you got to do, which is pretty crazy that they know to go down because smoke rises.
Funny thing I have found out about bees is that, do you know why they build honeycomb in the shape of a hexagon?
Actually, that's a good question. I do not know why.
Because if you look up what the chemical compound is for beeswax, I guess the atoms or the things, they're set up as hexagons.
So it adheres to itself best in a hexagonal shape.
Scientists are saying now that they see things more on a chemical level rather than how we see things.
That's crazy.
And then there's a lot to do with the gravity as well. Because I've had some bees under big phone towers, and they'll build their frames sideways because of the gravity destruction.
Really?
Yeah. I thought that was the craziest thing ever. This guy just had it under a big telephone thing out in his yard. I opened up the hive and everything was sideways, horizontal.
That's wild.
I thought that was the most interesting thing I've ever seen.
Now, one of the things, so earlier I was standing over here and they were swarming around me.
Yep.
You said they don't like anything to be in their flight pattern.
Yep, because
what is a flight pattern?
A flight pattern, when they leave, they have a homing way of finding their way back.
Okay.
And they take the same route that they come back on.
Interesting.
So if you're standing in front of them, they'll eventually fly around, but you're going to back up traffic behind you.
I see.
And then one of them, or maybe a couple of them, will get mad and tell you to move.
And this is a drone, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm learning. I'm learning a little bit. Okay.
This guy's just sunbathing.
Is he he's the one who has no stinger?
Yeah.
Could I try to hold him?
Yeah.
All right.
He's skittish, but...
Wow. I've never held a bee in my life. That's nuts. Wow.
See, and then you can grab... The other bees are a little bit more like honeybees.
Oh,
you can still away. Yeah, you can hold them, but they like to fly away. They don't like to be bothered as much.
That makes me slightly more nervous. I mean, I know bee stings aren't awful, but they're also not pleasant.
Oh, not at all.
What about the stuff we collect? Besides the honey, we also get bee pollen.
Yeah.
This guy's...
Let me get it. Let me get it, dude.
Thing that you were talking about?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this one got hit by the rain, so we have to go clear it out.
Yeah.
I see.
And that's where all is...
going to be trash.
Yeah, we're going to have to trash all of this.
So how does this work?
So I don't have one that's not in use right now. So let me... So what they do... Let me see the...
blue ones? I can run down there.
They're not the same.
Oh.
They're not even close to the same. What they do right here is they go in through this hole.
Okay.
And when they go through this hole, there is a metal sheet with holes drilled into it. Big enough to have the bee fit through there.
I see.
But small enough to scrape off the pollen off of their legs.
Okay.
So when they go through it, they get scraped off and it goes into that net.
It falls into a little net down there, and then that's how you guys just collect it.
Yep.
Wow. And you were explaining a little bit earlier. I didn't
see all this traffic.
Yeah, I see that. They're like, get out of my way, dude. I got to get in the hive. So you were explaining earlier that the little pollen nuggets are just one nugget on each leg of the bee, on the back legs, and then...
Collected from multiple flowers.
Yeah, collected from multiple flowers and multiple bees.
That is insane.
You can see it over here. Come on over. I'm going to spot one with pollen. Oh, there he is. He just went in. There it is. You see these guys?
Yeah, I saw him. I don't know if they saw him in video, but I saw him. Hopefully you guys saw it.
Maybe.
It's really tough.
Look, y'all, as soon as I see
There it is, right here, right here. You can see this guy up here. You see him?
Y'all can see it. I'm risking getting stung. Yeah, literally, as soon as you stand in front of the hive, they just start collecting. That's crazy.
Man, they're in and out all day long.
So what all? So you guys collect the honey, the pollen. What else y'all?
As well as
harvest?
Beeswax.
Okay.
Propolis. They're two different. I got just a little bit of each. Propolis is a grayish or dark brown substance that they secrete, same as beeswax. This is what they use for storage. Has a very neutral smell.
Okay.
And
It will smell like honey because it does store honey.
Yeah.
Got it.
But
And over time, it will darken over use. This is its typical color, grayish or brownish, and
And
it's
they
used
use
to seal holes in the hive and hold stuff together. All the frames on the wooden parts, they're stuck together with propolis.
And that's why we use this to unstick them.
I see. Okay.
How do you say it? The beeswax breaks apart pretty easily.
Okay.
The propolis,
It's more firm.
It'll
Oh,
stretch.
yeah. Look at that.
well,
It
I
won't
guess
just
this small amount, not much.
it won't just crumble and
Yeah,
apart like the
yes.
beeswax does. Okay. Very cool.
And what else do we do?
Oh, he's trying to sting this thing.
Come on.
Can't sting a camera, dude.
They're
He's
gonna
like, yeah, I'm
want
going to find your hand, though.
I actually went for the microphone. We might hear that on the...
Yeah.
Oh, it's like zzz. That'll be cool, actually.
We can move over to the Appy house.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
go
let's
check
go
out
see
the
that.
Appy house. So this is something new we've tried.
Okay. The Appy house.
Is this a cicada again? Yeah. That's a
yeah.
cicada.
That was a cicada.
They like me today.
They really do.
And we're still, it might be a little bit messy, but
Oh, wow. And so what is this place?
this is an Appy house where you sleep on bees. There are bees in these boxes down here.
What?
Let me open one up for you so
Okay.
you can see.
This is pretty in here.
Took us a while to get it that way.
Wow. So you sleep on the bees.
Yep, and there's a lot of different benefits, health benefits. Helps with respiratory problems, any anxiety, anything like that.
You saw that?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Literally sleeping on 3 big old hives in here. Wow. And so are they able to get out at all?
Well, as you can see,
They sometimes do.
they sometimes do.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we're trying
These
to
guys
figure
are-
out.
Where are you guys getting out at? Okay, so you come in here and you just sleep for the night.
Ooh.
We didn't have any hinges on.
Yeah, I forgot we didn't put the hinges on there. But yeah, it's what do we do? 30-minute sessions.
Something like that.
My mother's more in charge of that, but you will sleep on it. And Mom, do you want to take over for this one? No. Explain that. No.
You're very good. Are you gonna, baby?
I already did.
Are you gonna open?
Oh,
I already
And
opened
see,
it.
have you ever met this baby?
this is my precious.
She's been so good at my hands. Like, did you open it?
Yeah, I did.
Ah, okay. So did you see the idea of it's just like
Yeah.
coming in, sitting? It's more of a bioresonance therapy, something that vibrations.
Like listen to the
Inhalations,
sound.
Yeah, hold on, when I'm switching, the air, запах,
Smell.
yeah,
The smell,
The smell, the air, the
sound.
the sound.
everything. All the senses are getting.
Yeah. So you're just kind of hanging out with the bees for a little while, and it's therapeutic, and does it relax you? Is that kind of
aligns? I mean, it's more stimulating correct patterns. Like sometimes the stress or something like that.
Okay.
So it's calming you down, or if there's a lack of energy, that's more of a stimulating blood flow. There's a lot of things that I usually post on my page, but
Okay.
there's a lot of information on this.
They do have a lot of good info, guys. When at the description below this, I'll make sure I link their pages so you can watch all their content and check it out because they have a lot of good info on their social media as well.
Girls are here. Come on in.
Oh, they want to come in here?
Get out of the way.
Oh man!
We got 2 little beds just for you.
And as you can see, they come out the sides here.
Oh, so the bees can get out
Yes.
and in.
There is business as usual for them,
That is crazy.
except they're in there.
I see. And you guys came up with this design?
Yep.
That's really
It
cool.
took us a couple tries. As you can see, a couple bees do get out, so it's a work in progress.
Sure. Have you
But-
guys had any guinea pigs yet? Other than yourselves?
No, not yet. I don't think so.
Not yet. Okay. Is there anything like this anywhere else? Do you know of? Or are y'all the first ones?
It's more abroad. It's popular in Ukraine.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff is more foreign, like in other countries. There is a place out west. I think it was in Arizona or California that I've seen.
Okay.
There's not too many commercial or open to public appy houses.
Got it.
I don't think he's here.
I've seen one out in California or like Arizona or something, but other than that, there's, like I said, there probably is, but not publicly.
This one has a Romanian address.
Oh, nice.
Back in
Buzzing.
Europe, they have a lot.
It's big in Europe.
I see. Okay.
Russia, Ukraine.
Yeah. I think you guys are probably the first ones in South Carolina, right?
Yeah, probably.
That's cool. So, I know like with different honey, there's like, sourwood honey, and they got all these different types of honey. Do you guys, like go into that realm at all where you're trying to specialize
with particularly the sourwood? That's the only bloom that we necessarily chase or try to, try to find, mostly because we can't tell the bees where to go. Bees will pollinate everything. Even if you're on a field of 10 acres, 20 acres of clover, let's say. You can't say it's only clover honey because bees need variety in order to make honey. With sourwood, it's a little bit different story. When sourwood blooms, the thing about sourwood, it only blooms in elevations of 1,000 feet plus.
Okay.
And it only blooms for a week.
Wow.
And during that time, which is usually mid-July, early July to mid-July, there is nothing else other than clover, poplar, and just tree flowers blooming.
Sure.
Nothing floral like we see early in the spring. So, and that's why it gives a distinct taste and almost a very similar taste every year.
Interesting.
Anything else we harvest is considered either spring blossom or wildflower.
Okay.
Because we can't tell the bees where to go, even if we're pollinating, for example, a lavender farm. We can't necessarily claim it all to be lavender honey when there's other things blooming around.
I see. Okay. So, if this might be a controversial question, I don't know, but for like the people who sell honey where it's like, specific types of honey, is that the truth or?
It could be. Yeah, oftentimes, yes.
They test. There are ways to test the pollen or what is in the honey, and usually by majority, it will be a certain.
And not to say that if, for example, if there was blackberry honey and you're staying on blackberry fields, that honey will definitely taste different than getting honey from a hive that's not on a blackberry field.
Got it.
It will give a certain amount, but it cannot be pure.
It's never going to be 100%
exactly, yes.
whatever honey. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
But there you can do like they see clover or like I said blackberry and stuff like that. It is very possible to get more what's the word I'm
like a more pronounced
flavor?
flavor?
More consistent or a pure. Oh man, I'm having a brain fart here.
Are you saying like the flavor is the same, like it's
consistent? I guess would be the
probably
word.
Consistent. Yeah.
I'm telling them about the different types of honeys.
Okay.
We can't tell the bees where to go. I know, but certain fields, for example, if you had set up on a blackberry farm or a lavender farm, it will give a certain taste to the honey by staying there. It's not going to be 100% blackberry, 100% lavender honey, but it will give a certain taste, a flavor to the honey.
What's so special about Tupelo honey? I know that's like always expensive and everybody in the South raves about it. What is it about?
It's very similar to sourwood here.
Okay.
Even though we do not differentiate the prices, we don't sell it more expensive than
regular wildflower.
Just kind of. But we do move our bees to mountains when the sourwood trees begin to bloom, and that's mid-June.
I see.
July.
So you move all of the bees,
Summer.
July.
June.
July.
Vitaly, June 11th. By 14th, we're gonna move the bees. June.
Yeah, but it doesn't bloom until July. We move them earlier. I'm telling you, Mom, it doesn't bloom until then. It blooms for a week.
Highway 11?
Yes.
It blooms that midweek.
All right.
That's hilarious.
Agree to disagree.
Because I'm the one who's going up. Usually we go with him and checking when the blooms begin, and then within few days later we move.
because
Uh-oh.
you know I
we got the family feud here.
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious.
So, but it's something that, like Tupelo honey, those trees, they kind of like swamps or near the
Near a
river.
swamp or river.
I forgot the name of it, but Viva Hitchcock, Florida. I know we have a friend beekeeper there.
Okay.
That was like talking more about them.
I see.
Honey, Tupelo honey, but it's harvested in April.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very early one.
I see.
So Sourwood is Blue Ridge Mountain, and it's north mountains of Georgia and up to Virginia. I think it's the only area in the world that sourwood honey could be harvested.
Oh, wow.
And by the way, 2019 we won a second place worldwide. That was the Black Jar Award.
No way.
Sourwood honey, but also that was from location on Sassafras Mountain.
Oh, yeah, I know where Sassafras is.
So we're like 3 minutes from observation deck.
Oh, wow.
But you have to go down. And the property that we stay on, it's just friends that we met while looking for the spot for the bees.
You want to go check out the baby bees?
Oh, yeah, we'll check out some baby bees.
I call them baby bees, but they're more are what we call splits.
Okay.
Or nooks. Let me grab the...
While we're walking over there, I guess one of the things I also wanted to ask you guys.
Look at how girls are so comfortable.
They're loving it.
I mean, it's around the bees, but they kind of like they hear, they listen, but
they're brave.
Yep.
But still, bees don't touch them.
That's cool.
Some people just have fear of the bees kind of getting in touch with the bees. So
that's a little bit of me. When I was
when you asked that question, Vladimir reading it and then he thinking what to answer, how to answer. I'm like, tell him that we're gonna give him a suit and he's not gonna be stung. And he's like, no, I have to be honest.
To be honest, you might get stung.
You might get stung.
I was pretty comfortable over there. Surprisingly, that was the first time I've been around that many bees.
Did you get stung?
I did not get stung, but I did get a little nervous.
We could change that.
Oh.
No, these guys should be a lot more docile even than those up there.
Okay.
Like I said, these are my babies. These are split hives. They're not on 4 layers like you saw that one.
Oh, okay.
And they're not as far, for example, I got those from as nooks in the beginning of about mid-March.
Okay.
These nooks weren't made until mid-April.
Gotcha. Okay.
Late April.
Wow.
Some of them, like the ones that are 3 high, I got them a little bit before April or earlier April. These guys, I just recently did.
Okay.
But let's open one, for example. They're not as full of bees. Hey.
Oh, I can hear this one over here.
Come on over on this side right here.
Okay.
Because
there's a bee inside here. I think he's old and dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay, you're good.
Oops.
I'm gonna go to if you want to stand over here.
Yep.
Kind of behind him, you can probably film over his shoulder here.
Okay.
You guys okay? You guys okay?
Yeah, the guys are fine.
Italian.
Huh?
Здесь я только нюк забрал.
Oh, that's what you did?
Yeah.
That's okay. The next one then.
I just make the nuke.
We split this one again.
Okay.
So this one doesn't have too much to show for it.
I see.
Let's go. I like that one.
That one over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't touch this one, did you?
No.
Okay. And the thing with beekeeping is you gotta have to have a decent memory. You gotta remember which hives are good, which hives are bad.
Okay. Y'all don't mark them any kind of way to know that?
We used to, but then you start interchanging what you mark on.
And then marks get confusing.
Yeah. So it's best just to have a good memory.
I see. That's
I
crazy.
guess he learned from his father just because he never writes anything, and he just remembers. Like when you go, the first row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th one, just do this, and like add. I need to add something. And
what he really usually tells me is he tells me the situation of like 3 or 4 hives, and I'll check all of these, and I'll figure out what 4 hives he was talking about.
Okay.
And that's, I mean, like, I have to check them all anyway, but I usually figure out, I was like, oh, that one was the one that needed the queen. Oh, this one needed to get some brood taken out of.
I see.
And stuff like that. As you can see, this one isn't not as much bees.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot fewer bees. So these are your babies.
Yes.
What is that guy doing? Oh, is he eating?
This guy right here? Yeah.
His head's just stuck in there?
Oh, yeah, he's eating. This guy's filling this one up.
Ah, okay. Oh, we got a guy who's trying to come after my camera.
Yeah.
They do not like this black camera.
It's the magnets or something.
That's funny.
I just wanna correct you a little bit
On what?
on sourwood bloom. Sourwood bloom starts blooming in 10 to 11 of June.
Of June, all right.
Okay.
So mom told
If
you to
it's
tell
gonna
her.
be no, well, she asked me.
I
Like,
got you.
when you go to higher elevation, yeah, it's gonna go like in the Sassafras Mountain. It's gonna start blooming probably
July.
mid-July, end of July.
Okay.
So,
I see.
but we're already moving the bees 10th, 11th to that.
So yeah, so these are way fewer bees. So
But they're still
they're gonna
filling up.
multiply in here.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
at the bottom mostly.
I see.
Yeah, we just add this.
Layer recently, and they've been filling this up with honey. But the bottom is, ooh, look, that is a queen cell that a queen popped out of.
Oh wow.
I'm not sure how old it is. I don't think they got a new queen. I think it's the same one I gave them.
Yeah. You can take this out and see what's.
Yeah, we'll open up the bottom layer.
So you guys, I'm curious, and I know you kind of told me this a little bit before, but for the sake of video, I'm curious, what is the craziest thing that's happened to you guys while dealing with these bees?
You want to go first? You had the dove story.
Well,
Yeah, the dove story is cool.
Here, I'm gonna hand this to you so they can hear you.
Yeah, tell them. It's on YouTube too, so tell them that if they want to see it.
Well, I already told the dove story, but
Well, not
Say
to
it
the
again,
camera.
Just to the camera.
it was what 2011.
11.
We've been instructing the honey, and it was already end of the day. I'm kind of been stung a lot,
Okay.
so when you get stung a lot, get cranky
I can imagine. What's a
and mad.
lot?
Huh? A lot? For me, a lot. It's about 150 and more.
Oh my goodness.
So.
I think it would be easier.
And
to
I
save me per
we
second.
don't wear the suits and stuff like that because it's hot for me. I don't know how that's how I've been raised. But anyway, so I told my wife, enough is enough. But we need to finish it because I was working in the trucks. So only Saturday and Sunday I have day offs so I can work with the bees.
Okay.
That's why we've been hurry to finish it up. So it was a Sunday, and we'll have to finish it. It was on a berry farm in Anderson. I see the dove start coming out to me.
A dove?
A dove, white dove.
Oh wow. Okay.
And when it's any bird getting to the bees start attacking.
A bird. They start attacking.
Attacking the bird, yeah.
Okay.
So he tried to get it to me for several times, but they've been attacking him. So finally he get through. I was shaking the frames out from the bees to get them instructed. He sit on my shoulder and start talking to me.
Oh wow. The bird.
A
sat
bird,
on your
yeah,
shoulder.
yeah.
Start
So
chirping.
that's what it is. And it was 15. We have a video on YouTube too, but
Of the bird
on
landing
the
on
bird,
you?
yeah.
That's crazy.
He
So
spent about 10-15 minutes
15
next
minutes,
to
yeah,
you,
yeah.
like sitting here, then sitting on the hive where he was working. It was more like a
And all the
side-
kids was here, and he didn't afraid.
He
and-
was
and
not
the
was-
bees weren't
afraid.
trying to attack him.
No,
No,
and after that, since he like,
after he got closer to him, I mean, he was just hanging out there, kind of being himself. But for us, it was like very unusual thing.
Wow.
And children were
They were
younger,
much
and they
younger.
were saying, "Oh, what is this sign about?"
For real, a
It's
white
like-
dove just landing on your shoulder.
That's
The bees not attacking it. I mean, come on.
But the thing
That's
is,
something special.
I have Lyme disease at that time.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, and
from
after that,
94 or 90,
90 yeah.
he had Lyme disease.
I got it in Connecticut, and
tick?
yeah, from the tick.
And
And
since then, since the dove landed on him, never been signs of
Lyme disease.
Lyme disease.
How long ago was that?
2011.
So it's 14 years?
Good.
Almost 14.
14 years.
And ever since then, no signs. Ever
Yeah.
since the dove.
That's it.
Man, that's something.
But
That's
another
something
thing I heard, it was in Vermont. Lady was Lyme disease, so she paralyzed, and she was in a wheelchair, and she went to the backyard, and was a swarm of bees, and start attacking her. She almost died. They've been of stings.
Yeah.
They brought her to hospital, and after the stings, she got
I wonder if there's
back
something
on the legs,
She
and
is,
she is not
she's
have.
reporting it as
as
a
a
cure,
cure.
from Lyme disease.
But it was
There's
all.
studies made and something. There's also information that you can find online.
So for me, I don't know if it's a bees or it's a dove or it's a both, but it's whatever it is. But that's what it is. Yeah.
I guess something we haven't touched on yet is like some of the you guys' story. You know, I think you were telling me that you are third going on fourth generation bee farmers.
Well, growing up, when was it? When we moved to South Carolina, at least how I remember it, we still didn't have any bees. My grandfather was the only one who had them in Massachusetts.
Okay.
And one summer, came down for a visit, hauling a couple hives with him. I know my dad wasn't too happy about it, you know. just having to put a place for the bees in the property is hard enough in the house. Yeah.
Ah, I see.
But
He
it was
happy
just
about it now.
He knew what he's doing.
yeah.
Because if
If you put a hive down, you gotta.
the bees.
yeah.
If you got the bees,
If you're doing it right, you're gonna get 2 next year, 4 after that. Yeah.
Smart guy. He's like, you're
To
gonna
plant
be
a seed.
the third generation, whether you like it or not. That's funny.
But for a while, it was really just him. I knew I was really scared of the bees. Oftentimes, he'd just like throw a drone at me, and I just scream and cry.
That's funny.
And if I was getting stung, you'd see me a mile down the road, maybe an hour later.
That's awesome. Okay, then I don't feel so bad then. All right.
Oh no! Like I got pretty seriously mad at him for that drone prank. And then, you know, I felt just stupid because he showed me it was a drone and anyways. But, you know, after a while, we got into it. We got, you know, protection, so it was a little easier to get along with the bees and not be too scared of them. And I think it was around
2008. That's when the grandfather passed away.
Yes.
And after we had to take his bees from Massachusetts down, so it was like 27, 30 hives, not a lot.
Okay.
But since we kind of like, okay, but for me, I was so like, I loved it.
You're excited?
I was excited. For me, I was like, let's do it. Let's work. I'll be selling honey. I was telling him, he's like, nope. He remembers how it was growing up as a kid, hard work. And I know my kids will testify. It is a hard work, but something that I love it. We enjoy it. And it's so rewarding, and it's not only touches my family and we have quality product, but also we can share it with other people. And it's the honey, bee pollen. I have so many stories when people share with me like how bee pollen cured so many things, or while going through chemo and like cancer treatments, the pollen was the only supplement that people were able to eat. Yeah, and it's very nutritional. So in the honey, like stories, and it just makes like, okay, I'm not doing it for not as like a people are getting
purpose behind it.
purpose, yeah. And it's more, it's not a business for me, I would say. It's more like a mission to deliver good product and pass on to people that might need it. Oh, look at this cicada!
They're just landing all over you guys. That's crazy.
Wow, but the sound you hear, it never stops. Like, I don't know if the camera will pick up the sound.
It might. We'll see. So is this so the bee or the honey business and the wax and everything goes along with it? Is this you guys' family's primary
Source of
income?
Yeah, pretty much. We also do a little
yes.
bit. We do have a lot of extra like tools of the trade. We do a little bit of landscaping and yard work. We do have the bobcat now that we use to level most of this and make this this habitat for the bees.
Okay.
And we
Also, I mean, we were Sulamita in the winter works for Target, for restaurant work and stuff.
I am
stuff
serving
like that.
now as I guess a waiter at one of the restaurants here in Anderson.
Oh, cool. Okay. Nice. So y'all might supplement a little bit, but like,
Yeah. In the winter, there's just no income and a lot of free time.
Okay.
So, maybe I want to get something like a new computer. I can, work a few hours a week and also do some bee stuff and then, save up for that.
I see. Okay. So you'll do some stuff on the side. Mm-hmm. Does your dad, is this his full-time thing?
Yeah,
right now,
some years, it depends how big of the big number of the bees we have. Okay. If it's this year, we're planning to be full-time involved, but sometimes he drives the truck as well. I see. It's
hot shot trucking with dually. Some trucking is usually done on 18-wheelers, but like freelance, I guess you'd call it, of trucking, you could use your own truck and a trailer as long as it's certified for the weight.
I see.
And do like one.
But it
trip.
is tough with
especially
the beekeeping. We are in the honey is probably least income. Yes,
really?
The beekeeping.
Pollination is high on the list.
Then selling bees, and usually people who sell bees, they also sell equipment and basically resellers. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do y'all do that as well?
We don't.
Oh, okay.
We're in the least profitable thing, but it's good for it's best for the soul. Yeah. But if we will see. We might grow. Vitaly and David both do work with beginners. We would like to see more of beekeepers that's successful and that kind of have their own bee farm somewhere and kind of like feeding. Because if each one will have a hive in a backyard, we're not going to depend on China's honey.
If everybody had 3 chickens, we wouldn't have a need for anybody to buy eggs.
Egg farms and stuff like that.
It doesn't take as much as people think.
Yeah. Would you like to go underneath?
We can follow you up there because it's starting to rain. Mm-hmm. That's funny.
And see, watch out, and see how bees are hurrying up. They did not expect this.
The rain?
Or maybe that's just going to pass. Because usually it just
looks like it'll be probably a quick little shower and then it'll go. So honey is the least profitable out of feel free to either share or not share as much as you're comfortable with, but like a jar of honey, what is the cost compared to the sale price look like? Like what's the profit
that's
margin
a little
of a jar of honey?
Tough. Jars now are a little bit more expensive. They used to be like 50 cents. Now they're like $1.20, maybe more.
Okay. You mean the cost? No, he means
the cost of the jar. But like in regards to getting a hive, it'd be more easier with like larger amounts, I'd say.
Okay.
And personally, I don't deal with that as much.
I see. Okay.
But what the estimate we usually use is one hive makes a 5-gallon bucket for a harvest, and that might be once or twice a year.
Okay.
And if you break down all the components of a hive, like the box costs a certain amount, 10 frames, and that's 3 to 4 layers, plus a bottom board, inner cover, and all of that, and tools of the trade.
you could probably get an estimate. Would you happen to know how much a jar would be for the cost versus?
No, да.
Profit margin on like a jar of honey.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how.
Yeah.
This
I got you. Okay.
Uh,
I know how to do, so I keep doing.
on Tuesday, I attended a conference. It was South Carolina Department of Agriculture, and he was sharing. Commissioner was sharing that he was started back in 2004, got into the office, and he was just sharing the numbers. Compared to what they did and how there's things like peanuts when they collected or grown here in South Carolina and they are sold to Texas, and Texas does peanut butter, and they sending back us peanut butter. We losing value of the or it's the cheapest value of the product is
They
there.
gotta leave enough margin for all the transportation and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's more added value and it's added somewhere else. So they were working on bringing more so the processing facilities like meat is grown here a lot, like beef and stuff. So but sent out somewhere to process.
Okay.
So they've been helping out farms to have processing facilities. So with the honey, it's when it's just simple honey, it's value. I mean the regular value. But if it's, for example, like creamed honeys or infused honeys, like added value, and it's added here, I mean that's. Brings more profit, yeah. Or a byproduct like beeswax candles. It's something that I started doing later in the season. I mean, in a business career, yeah. But it brings bigger, good portion of profit, and it's kind of like okay because he's selling only honey. As I told you, it's not. I mean, it's not covering the time, the effort, and I mean all the equipment. And
So you have to figure out ways to add some value.
Yes.
To, like you're doing the honey, but then you're either infusing it or whipping it or making candles and doing all that stuff
like that. Yeah.
So like that's what really makes the income when you're raising bees.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
From like when we're harvesting, we'll uncap the. You saw the fully capped or honey frames. That's all beeswax. It would go into a jar, and then we get the stuff that pours off of it, and then process the beeswax, which gives us value or product to sell, as well as the propolis that sticks the hive together. We could take that every time, let them rebuild it, which could also be sold for medicinal purposes. It's more about how much you want to collect, or you collect from there,
How much work you want to do?
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
See, that's the honeycomb. That's what.
Watch out.
Watch out. This part, in order when it's on a frame, this part has to be cut off.
To get the honey
It's
out.
like, yeah, and I do it, and then it's that, and then I spin it in a honey extractor, and that's how the honey is coming out. Okay, who wants some honey? You want some honey? Yeah.
20 frames in a honey extractor? Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I have
Can be 80.
80.
But ours, we have 20, and we have like 3 of them.
We have 3 of them.
Do you want to put
Where
this
do you
on?
guys process all that at?
We have a honey house, certified trailer. So we do it. Sometimes we do it on site,
Okay.
but sometimes it's at the park location.
I see.
So, but it's. I mean, we go through inspections every year. It's the DHAC certified honey house.
Okay, got it. Very clear. That's did you? So you guys collected this whole jar of bee pollen?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and there's a lot more. I don't know if this. So this is something that was done. I don't know, a couple days ago before the rain.
Oh wow.
So this is very nutritional, like minerals, vitamin, very high in protein. So it's the, I don't know, my vitamin supplement, but for many people it's allergy medicine.
Okay.
But it's something it's not like It's support, but it cures allergy.
Okay.
Wow, that's so
It's coming down.
I know.
We can pause for a second if y'all want, just to let the rain pass. So you were just saying, like, sometimes they, like, if a plane goes and, like, sprays for
mosquitoes. Oh, yeah, for mosquitoes, that's a big thing, and we've been trying to sign a lot of petitions for it. People don't understand, you're going to kill mosquitoes, you spray to kill mosquitoes, you're going to kill bees too. And we lost a lot of hives due to chemicals being sprayed. We have friends that lost even more hives from all that. So if there is a petition, or if you know that your county or your city is going to spray, make sure you sign the petition not to. It's better to live with a little bit more mosquitoes and a lot more bees than no mosquitoes and no bees.
Yeah, bees are pollinators, man. They make everything grow.
Yeah, I think it was Albert Einstein that said it. After bees go extinct, we have 2 to 5 years.
That's wild.
Until we go extinct.
That is so crazy. I finally got the bravery, guys, to take the net off, and I'm standing over here next to the hives. I don't know if that's bravery or my ignorance is bliss.
I don't think it's ignorance. I think it's bravery at this point.
All right. They're not.
See, I'm wearing more clothes than I usually do.
Are you?
Yeah, I just have to dress up for the
You
camera.
normally shirtless?
Shirtless, shorts.
You're crazy, bro.
Yeah. No, but for me, with the shirt, it's more dangerous because they would climb up, and if I'm
then they
pulling
get
out of frame,
stuck.
they get stuck, and it tightens up, the shirt tightens, and they
you
sting.
can't feel if it's on your shirt. If it's on your skin, you could,
know.
I feel you.
Brush them off, but if I'm shirtless, they just land on me, and then they land. The only time I could actually squish them if they get in the armpits, and
I see.
that hurts too. But
So you guys were telling me something else just a second ago off camera that I thought was really fascinating, was the fact that you were saying that when you are a beekeeper, you said that you can get addicted literally to the bee venom?
Yes.
So how does that work? What is that about?
I mean, I'm not really an expert on how to get addicted to it.
No, not how to get addicted. But is that a real thing?
Yes. Bee venom, you could... I'm trying to see how to put it in words. Because my dad's the one who told me about this, and I've actually experienced it myself. If you work like I do without anything on, you get stung a lot, your body starts building up a tolerance to bee venom in your blood. And if you stop getting stung a lot, then your body feels like it needs something or it's missing something.
That's interesting.
And it's nothing big, like you get shaky or...
Sure.
But you know that there's something up.
Yep.
But then there's also this beekeeping high. When you're out here and you get stung enough, you feel like you could accomplish everything.
I see.
And, you will be 10 or 20 hives in, and you feel like you could do another 30, 40
That's
after getting stung after 20, 30, 40 times.
What the heck, man?
But yeah, it's like a runner's high. Once you get rolling, get going, you just keep going.
That's how much you get stung keeping bees. It's something that's like... honestly, I'm surprised that
we opened up, 3 or 4 hives. I only got stung once.
Yeah.
I got stung in the finger.
Earlier?
Yeah.
Oh.
When we were down there.
Okay.
I didn't get stung up here. I got stung down there once.
I honestly expected to get stung today. I came like, I'm going to get stung, bro.
No, see, sometimes I go out there, I could check 30, 40 hives and not get stung one time. But then again, I could open 1 hive and get stung 30 times.
I see.
It just depends on the hive. We got some aggressive hives, some non-aggressive hives.
How does their sting compare to a wasp or a yellow jacket? Really?
Huh?
Yellow jacket might be...
Yeah, lowest on the list compared to most other bee type.
I got stung by a yellow jacket and a wasp. A wasp lasted a week.
Oh, wow.
Like, how do you say it? Puffing.
Yeah.
Swelling. It is a different venom, so it could be like maybe if I was a wasp keeper, if that was a thing,
you'd be more tolerant.
more tolerant to the venom, but it felt like a punch, like
it's
to the kneecap.
sore.
Yeah. And then, but a bee sting, it'll be
more
painful,
of a burning sensation
and itchy after that.
Okay. When I get stung by yellow jackets, I usually get like a big puffy spot, and then it'll burn for like 20 minutes. And then after the burning goes away, it's like a sore throbbing for like a couple hours.
It's very similar, but not to that extent. I feel like yellow jackets hurt more than bees, but yellow jackets would be the most similar
to a honeybee.
Pain compared to hornets and or wasps. Because I was stung by an Asian hornet.
Oh
and
my goodness!
The big guys.
Yeah.
I got stung here, and I got hit. I realized what happened, but then I didn't really realize. And
Sure.
I grabbed it and I pulled it. I killed him, and it hurt for about a week.
Oh,
and my
dude.
neck I couldn't move it right. It like it's similar to a wasp. It felt like a punch.
Yeah.
Like I just got knocked in the side of the neck.
That's crazy, dude. So for people who, you know, just kind of want to get into backyard beekeeping or that kind of thing, you have any advice for those kind of people watching?
So a couple things is bees not only need, you know, flowers and, you know, a lot of space to fly, they also need water. They do drink water from ponds, small rivers. So if you have that, that's great. Otherwise, I'd recommend setting up like even a bird feeder with rocks on it so the bees could land safely without drowning. They are not great swimmers.
Okay, interesting.
They often get lost in the sauce.
I see.
If you will. But also, we do it differently than a lot of other beekeepers. We have full body hives, supers, which are basically half the length, are a lot easier to deal with because they get filled faster. They're lighter, and the queen typically won't lay eggs in supers into super frame, which are like half the size of a regular one. This is dirty. I wanted to show off the wax moths, which often infest the hives if the bees are weak.
So that's a pest.
Yes, wax moths. We get Varroa mites, which are more of the parasitic insects.
Okay. And so you're saying for a new beginner that the supers would be the better size to go with?
For honey extraction specifically. You typically have I'd say two full bodies for give the queen enough room to lay eggs, and then however many supers you'd like on top for honey.
I see. Okay.
This, like you saw, picking up 90 pounds from above your chest height.
That's tough.
Yeah. But
you're going to end up hugging the hive and getting bees in your pants.
And oftentimes having unnecessary crushing, especially if you're doing it solo.
I see.
Because if it's a light thing, you could even maybe hold it with one hand, sweep off bees or smoke them off, however you prefer, and put them on more safely.
Okay. Have you ever heard of what is it called? There's some new beehive called I think it's called a flow hive.
Yeah.
What do you think of those as a professional beekeeper?
It'd be expensive as heck for us to convert or even start considering it, because it's kind of like a production line. With what we got and the stuff we have, a flow hive is probably one of the best things if you want to get a hive yourself and you don't want to mess with the bees.
Okay.
I personally haven't seen how it works. I understand that you kind of just crank it a little to break the hive a little, and then open up a spout to let honey flow out.
I think that's pretty spot on, and from what I've seen.
If it works that way, completely non-invasive, you don't even need to smoke them, and if it doesn't kill bees, that's probably the safest way to recreationally keep bees.
Just a lot of money.
Yeah. Granted, you will, if you're keeping bees, you do need to check on them, making sure they have enough honey. Some of it's glass, so I guess you could see through, and also to deal with pests and whatnot.
Making sure there's no pests invading.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Well, is there? I know we've covered a good bit. We got interrupted by a little rainstorm there for a second, and it's that kind of paused us at some point where I don't remember really what we were talking about before. But I know we've been at it for about an hour. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that we haven't covered that you think like, hey, this is probably something that's good for people watching to know about bees or about beekeeping or the processing or any of that kind of stuff that we haven't touched on yet?
I guess something a lot of people don't realize is a lot of the early spring weeds that you deal with, specifically some types of mints. You get dandelions and other things that people spray for. They're one of the most important early food sources for pollinators.
Oh wow, the weeds are.
Yeah, dandelions especially.
Okay.
They're and not to mention they're edible by us as well. But reducing the amount you spray for, even clover. Some people don't like it because it's kind of an invasive grass, I guess.
Sure.
But spraying less for that, using less pesticides will help the pollinators, not just honeybees.
I usually say it's pull, don't spray. Pull weeds,
don't spray them. I like that. Cool. Well, you guys, this has been awesome. I learned a lot. I faced a little bit of a fear with being surrounded by thousands of bees.
We did have the camera get attacked a couple, or the fluffy,
the mic and the camera were, the bees were not fans of this. I don't know if it's the technology, the black or the magnetic something in it, but they were angry.
They probably react to magnets, but yeah, but especially fluff and fur. Don't wear fur coats. Darker clothing's usually worse than lighter clothing. They will treat this like a flower, treat dark clothing like bears.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
But overall, just make sure you smell clean.
And no cologne or perfume.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They do not like artificial smell.
So I'm not going to lie. Before we came, I was Googling. I was like, what smells repel bees? And they said tea tree oil. And so I put tea tree oil all over my neck and stuff.
Stuff like that, coconut oil, that won't mess with the bees.
Okay.
Those are natural oils.
Not the artificial fragrances.
Artificial, they will smell. Even like
We got a couple
sometimes
Let's go.
Smelly shampoos or body washes.
That's crazy. She's just yelling up a storm.
She got used to me. Look at that.
She is. She's comfortable.
She's like part of the bee farm now.
Well, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. This has been super informative. Hopefully everybody watching learns some things about bees. And
we could help, and thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We are back from the bee farm tour. Luckily, I did not get stung. I was utterly shocked about that. I thought I was going to get stung for sure, but I did not. We also had a couple interesting things happen. I don't know if you noticed, but we had some technical difficulties with the first 10 minutes. We recorded like 10 minutes of footage, and then my dumb SD card decided to try to format, and I had to erase that so that I could continue recording. But we tried to catch up with that really quickly, and I think it came out okay. But you did miss out a little bit in the very beginning about how to start up the smoker and the purpose of the smoker, all that good stuff, but came out nonetheless. Anyway, we definitely had quite an experience. Also, I want to mention, I didn't get any footage of it, unfortunately. I don't know why, I just was caught up in the moment. But they were so hospitable to us. We showed up and, you know, they're out in the woods, and they have this whole gazebo with like a whole charcuterie board kind of spread just sitting there for us with fresh honey and nuts and crackers and lemonade and all kind of stuff. And I'm so sad that we didn't get a picture or footage of that or anything, because it was so generous of them. They made us feel just right at home. I loved every second of being with the Dovenchenko family. They were great. And I highly recommend, if you guys want to buy some fresh honey, comes straight out of the hive, no processing, no filtering, or excuse me, I don't want to say no filtering. I think they filter it. I don't know how that works. We didn't get super deep into the processing side, so don't quote me on that. But if you want some fresh honey, where I personally have been surrounded by their bees, as you saw, go to their website, buy some of their honey, support them. They're a great family. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you got this far, which very few get this far in a video, do not forget to like and subscribe so that we can continue making these really cool farm videos, and hopefully more people can get to see. So just take a second, click, done. All right, see you in the next video.